and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to make a tote bag. It's going to be a simple tote bag with no lining, just something, a little introduction into how to make straps and how to make a box bottom and all this kind of stuff. As usual, you will find a link down below for the pattern, and it's just some rectangles to cut out, so it's pretty easy. Also, if you want to see more bag making tutorials, let me know, because that way I can include lining, pockets, zipper closures and all different types of things. So let me know what you want to see, and yeah, let's get going with the tutorial. So for the body of the tote bag, you will need two rectangular pieces that you will find in the pattern provided in the link down below. And to make things a bit more interesting, I just divided each panel in between two fabrics. You can do that as well. Just remember to add seam allowance when you do that. So you're going to start by putting them right sides together and pin them in place, and you're going to sew around the two sides and the bottom. So now it's time to look after the straps. So here's one finished. So you should have two straps pieces cut off and two of the interfacing. So I've already glued mine on the wrong side of my fabric, but interfacing is this white shiny stuff on one side that needs to be glued on the wrong side of your fabric to make it stronger. Just be careful with your iron when ironing it on, because if you do iron the glued side to your iron, you're going to destroy it. So now we are going to get our straps ready for sewing. So you're going to fold your seam allowance inside towards the wrong side of the fabric, 1/2 centimeter in, and iron it on. So that's going to be a lot easier for you to sew it. And then you're going to fold your straps in half lengthwise, just like so, and iron it. If you do decide to have your straps to be sewn on the outside of your bag, also iron in the short edges, 1/2 centimeter in as well. If you want it in the inside of your bag, you can leave it raw. You can also put a few pins to keep everything secured, and then you can put a line of stitching close to the opening to close the strap. Then you can put another line of stitching on the other edge just to keep everything nice and clean and flushed. Okay, so now we are going to look after the bottom of the bag. So as you can see, my seams are finished, so that's something you need to do before putting your two body pieces together. And now you're going to put your hand inside of your bag and reach for the corner. What we are going to do is just match up the bottom seam with the side seam. So then you're going to flatten everything and you're going to find yourself with a triangle. So to keep everything in place and try to match everything up properly, we're going to put a pin through the seam, and that should go through the two layers. And if they match, supposedly, they will actually go through the middle of your seam for both sides. So I'll show you a little close-up. So because it's a tiny bit hard to explain, it's a bit easier to show people how to do it. So just put your pin through the first layer of your fabric and then find the middle of the seam on the bottom fabric, and that should help matching everything up. Even if it's off a few millimeters, it's not going to be a big problem, but you don't want it to be too off either. So just pin everything in place. Once everything is laying flat, you're going to take a ruler or your tape measure, and you're going to put a markings 6 centimeter in from the edge of your sewing. So not from the pointy bit of your sewing allowance, of your seam allowance, but from the sewing line. Then you're going to take a ruler and you're going to draw a perpendicular line from your sewing line, and that should give you a 12 centimeter width for your bag. So you should have 6 centimeters on each side. So just put a marking on, and you can double check everything if you want to as well with your measurements. And all you need to do is put a line of stitching across along that line. When you've sewn it, you can cut the excess fabric and just leave about 1/2 centimeter to 1 centimeter seam allowance, and you've done your first corner. Now you can repeat the same process for the second corner. Also, before we hem the top, you need to transfer the strap marking about 6 centimeters down. Next thing to do is to hem the top of the bag. We are going to do a double folded hem, and you're going to fold it the first time 2 cm in, iron it in place, then fold it again on itself, and then you can sew it in place. Just sew a straight line as close to the edge as possible. So now we're going to attach the straps. So if you have finished the edge of your straps and want to sew them on the outside, you can do so. You're going to place them at the markings onto the double folded hem and sew a cross. If you're like me, you're going to have to put it in the inside. So you're going to take your first strap and you're going to match the end with one of the markings. You're going to see that the edge is facing the top of the bag, that's normal, and you're going to pin it within the hem, so about 0.5 centimeter away from the bottom of the hem. Then you're going to repeat this process with the other end. Make sure not to twist your handle. Then you're going to secure it in place with a line of stitching that is going to run alongside the bottom of the hemline. Once that's done, you're going to flip your strap over and put the line of stitching to secure it in place on the top of your bag. That's how it should be looking like. So your raw edges are going to be hidden because we have folded the strap over. Then you're going to repeat the process with the other strap. And then you can turn everything inside out and you are done with your tote bag. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you did, why not liking this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!